Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Max, what's your car dealership gimmick?
Car dealership? Like I'm the dealer at a blackjack table or something? Is that what you mean?
No, car dealership.
Oh, car dealership. I just thought card for some reason. What the fuck?
A car dealership? Yeah, a big place you go buy some cards.
Yeah, I just
You get a lease on some cards.
yeah, that's where magicians go, right? To get their magic
Yeah, they go to
cards.
the card dealership.
Yeah.
What would be your gimmick?
For a car dealership or a car dealership?
Car.
Okay. My car dealership would be like pioneer times, maybe, like, or something. Like I would wear those like pioneer hats, like the what they called, like the when they see them in like with the Native Americans eating like
the hats
turkey.
with the buckles.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. And I have I have a blunderbuss with like a wired mouth.
Well, how are you using that to sell cars?
Because I talk about how how friendly and how like the pioneers of the old. I don't know. I don't fucking know. You caught me off guard with this. I don't know. I got
give up.
Because I
got another edible gummy or something.
No, because I got the wrong. Because I got the wrong. I forgot the word in the middle of it. Like I don't. It's not called. They're not called pioneers. They're called specific
Quakers. You mean Quakers?
I guess. I don't know. Right. I guess.
Like a guy with a buckled hat.
Yeah. They're called Quakers? I thought they were called something else.
The pioneers.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
The settlers,
I guess, right? That's what you could call them. They landed at Plymouth with a smile on their face,
Mine would be, I would be like a CIA torture guy.
Oh. So
that would be my...
Because did you watch Card Man or whatever? A poker game?
I maybe watched Card Counter. Yeah, he wasn't CIA though. He was
just a soldier that was like
in Abu Ghraib.
Yeah, torturing people because they were like, what's the best way to not extract information and not actually get any valid information whatsoever? Torturing the shit out of people over and over again.
Well, that would be my gimmick. I'd be like, I torture the competition to find out how much overhead they're doing.
That doesn't make sense at all.
And then I cut that.
Oh,
I torture them, find out their real prices, and I go lower.
Well, but then it's what in this scenario they would just tell you any price. They'll tell you whatever you want them to. Whatever they will tell you whatever you want, and so then you always get the price wrong in the end.
What?
Because the torture is not a very good method,
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not literally torturing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
I'm saying I make like a TV ad.
Oh.
Where I got like maybe I have like a guy with a bag on his head, but he's got like a piece of paper over it that has like the face of a rival car dealership.
Yeah.
And I'm like, tell me the real prices.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh hey there, I was just getting the real prices out of this guy because did you know I'm the only one in town that will give you a fair rate for your car?
No, yeah, but okay. And do you actually do that or do you not?
No, I don't actually do.
No, I mean like, is the prices actually lower? Is that your business plan altogether?
No, it's to give them the idea. It's to give the people the idea. Maybe it's like a little bit lower, I guess.
So what if someone points that out? What do you do to them? That your prices aren't actually lower,
Give them a free car.
They actually do.
Shut them up.
They also like the other car dealerships point out that
give them a free car with a bomb in it.
How problematic your image is, as a.
I don't see it as problematic because I'm
Oh.
trying to draw attention to it.
Oh, so
I'm trying to get the American people to face
Okay.
the actions of their country. You know,
You're closed, and
in
you're
the
done.
only way that I know how, which is through advertising car dealership.
Oh, that
Right?
doesn't sound like a very effective way to sell, though.
You'd think so. I think it would work well.
Do you think you're going to appeal to all the like white liberals that go, yeah, I hate America, sort of thing, and then they'll buy a car from you, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think I can
That's
do
a-
that. I'll maybe I'll be the ACAB car dealership.
Okay,
And
that's
I'll
a
be
good one.
like, this car is great for escaping the police.
It's just like a Ford Focus or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. This car has so many compartments for hiding weed
Yeah, you can.
that you can put it anywhere, and the
Yeah.
cops won't find it.
Yeah, it has like a slot on the front that says traveling. They can put traveling instead of whatever they're like not conscientious objectors. Why they like the people that go like, I'm not getting out of my car.
Well,
I'm
that's
not
what I was about to say. Yeah, I can give each customer gets a free copy of like a sovereign citizen
sovereign
handbook.
citizen. There you go. Yeah, and it's like this
Get a
is
free copy for with every car purchase.
yeah.
It fits in your glove box. You can get it out in the time that it takes the pig to walk over from his
Oh.
patrol car to your
Yeah.
side window, and
It's-
you'll know your rights like that.
You tell them that the windows are bulletproof and smash proof, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. I can just sit here. They won't get in. They just bash it with a baton and break it in immediately. At that point, they're going to jail, so you're fine. You're scot free
Yeah, I
because
don't
they
have to
think
worry about it.
because you'll be fine.
Here's what I say. Ex-convicts get 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
Police officers, 10% higher.
Oh,
That's
a good
right.
one.
So you know that you come by here, you're not going to see any cops. Like undercover or plain clothes or just off duty. They're not going to be here because they're not paying 10% more for a car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. They're probably going to look at they're probably going to compare the rates and stuff. And even with a 10% increase in charge, the cops would still get a better deal at my place than anywhere else.
It's like a cop repellent.
It just keeps
That's
them away.
that's another thing
But
that
my
you
prices
sell.
are still
That's
so
another
insane.
That's another thing you sell at your dealership as like a vanity item, a cop repellent, and it's a can that you can spray at the cops. And
It's
then
like an air freshener
yeah.
that says ACAB, and it's like it smells like
I don't
I don't
know.
know, frying bacon.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, right.
This is what you smell like, pig, and then you spray at them, and then they take a pepper spray and they spray it in your eyes. As soon as you
Yeah,
try.
they probably shoot you.
Yeah, honestly, because you reached for it too quickly.
Yeah.
In your glove compartment.
You'd be too nervous. You're like, am I really about to spray this cop? And then you just move over an inch too fast, and they're like, bang, 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 bang. He was reaching for something.
Yeah, true.
And then they're going to have the body cam footage. People are going to look at it, and they're going to see the ACAB air freshener, and they're going to be like, well, he was probably asking for it.
True, yeah. They chose to die.
Because that's who they side with. The disgusting Americans. Not all of them, but all of the disgusting ones.
All the disgusting Americans. We
Not
can't do
every
that.
American is disgusting, but the disgusting ones side with the police.
All the non-disgusting Americans are listening to this podcast right now.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Their hearts are pure.
Salt to the earth kind of people,
Okay, so, and then if neither of those gimmicks work, I'll probably just go magician.
Oh, that's a good one. You make a car disappear during your ad or something, or like you
Yeah.
make it appear or something. I don't know.
I sell cars so quickly, people often ask me, how am I making these cars disappear?
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's a good one.
And
Do you
let me
have
tell
like
you, it's no magic trick. It's just good rates and leases. I don't really know what they do with car dealerships.
I think it's mostly they make most of their money by doing the lease. Yeah, like you don't buy the car. You kind of like they try to give you a really shit rate so they can then get all the
Milk
percentage on it, like
yeah,
that on top the top. They get the commission, and they also get the commission from the like money you borrow technically to get the car, sort of thing. So that's mostly. But what would the name of that dealership be called? The magician one.
Magic Benz.
Magic Benz. That's
Magic Benz Toyota dealership.
Oh, okay. So people are very confused when they come around because they're thinking that they can get a Mercedes Benz, but then it's all Toyotas. Nice economic.
Well, I can't
cars.
help it that my name is Ben.
True.
If they're gonna sit there and go, "Oh, I see the name Ben," that must mean they sell Mercedes Benz. That's on them.
Yeah.
Mercedes doesn't just sell Mercedes Benz, right?
And as we know, it is very. It's in the rule book for car dealerships to put your name in the name of the dealership. You can't not do that, right?
All right. Well, look, if I'm not allowed to have Magic Ben, then how about I change my name to something else, like Magic Mike's car dealership?
That's. I think you might get sued by Warner Bros. Or something
But
like
it's not
that.
a movie. I'm not making a movie.
True.
If I were to legally change my name to Mike, I would be allowed to call myself Magic Mike without being sued, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. There was that.
I think it would be
Wasn't there like an instance
Annoying
of like
if they did sue me,
like a kid that was like
Bullshit.
they flew to America and they were called like a copywritten name technically, and then they were told to like change the name of their kid or something like that. So copyright law is a very powerful law in a weird
What
way.
happens if you say no? Are they gonna do they kill the kid?
Yeah,
They
corporations
just go like you're dead.
Yeah, corporations they put the kid in jail, just the
Is it
kid, not you.
Cyberpunk 2079, 2077.
Mm-hmm. I would Cyberpunk dealership would be a pretty cool one. Like but it's normal cars. I like the idea that you style it all like futuristic. All the like background stuff is very futuristic, and then it's just like a Toyota truck. It's in the
but
front
with like RGB lighting
Yeah.
and stuff on it.
It's
like
just
taped
stuck
on.
taped on. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
not
It would be a great theming for a car dealership.
yeah.
Dead Ensigns theming.
That's true. A number
Dead
one.
Ensigns podcast starring me, Ben, and Max, my friend.
Yeah. And we have a bit of live. We have
Come
like
on down to Dead Ensigns. We'll give you a great deal on podcast today.
yeah. We have like a fake rivalry for the show, But then it turns real eventually.
What if here's an idea. Car dealership, okay?
Mm-hmm.
2 entrances on either side, okay? 2 different roads.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, in theory, give 2 different addresses, right? Go to this street for this entrance, this street for this entrance.
Yeah, true.
Right, okay, stay with me here, okay?
Yeah.
2 owners,
Mm-hmm.
and they make out like a huge rivalry between each other, like terrible rivalry, like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah.
But they're both in the same business, so nobody's suing each other. Nobody's gonna be like, they're going on TV calling me a cunt.
Yeah.
But each person in their respective ads gives an address for one exit or another.
The door, yeah. Yeah, I get it, yes.
So like, for me, I'm like, oh, if you want to stick it to this asshole, this piece of shit who wants to kill you, come down to 7 Mapleberry Drive, and then you on the other end in your commercial are like, that guy's gonna murder you.
Yeah.
Come buy a car from me instead.
go through this door.
But the 29 Leaf Hill Road.
Yeah, the
But
other guy is a pervert. He's
the
going to
same
touch
address.
you as soon as you go through the door. That's what I say during my.
There's a big sign, and it says a different name on both sides.
Yeah, that's a good little like. It is like a business. They have there's a big corporation owns 2 shell companies, and they like try to rival each other, but in reality, it's still the same main owner of both. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can have the benefit of like us having a war, like a sides that people can take part in by buying cars from us.
But then one of us gets really self-conscious because they get a little bit less or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
that
you
would
know?
inevitably happen.
It would
You
inevitably
just gotta make
happen.
sure that your egos are in check.
Yeah, true.
Because the other person wouldn't be winning if it weren't for the fact that everybody hated you so much more. You know?
Yeah, true.
It's like wrestling. People may not be buying from me because they hate me more, but without me, you still wouldn't be selling as much.
True.
So I still take pride in my performance. I'm the heel. I'm the heel in the car dealership.
Oh, yeah. You can have like a good and bad, sort of
I'm the
rivalry,
heel. You're the face.
Face, I'm a goody two shoes, and you're the like guy that like spikes
Well,
your
you're
drink,
trying
I
to.
guess.
While you're trying to like show people cars, I'm running up and doing a DDT on you.
Yeah, you're you're
you-
putting my pants down.
When you're taking somebody out for a test drive, I'm chasing after you in a different car and trying to run you off the road.
Yeah, that's true. You're shooting a gun at me too.
Yeah. And you're like, oh shit, it's that guy. We gotta go. We're gonna go quick.
Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta take some tight corners.
Yeah, and I saw.
Oh, you see the handling on this thing?
Yeah, and then you shoot at me, and the windows are bulletproof, and you're like, see, if it's such an amazing car, you know.
The horsepower on this baby, look, we're outrunning him.
And you're clearly
He's
like
in the distance.
stepping
We can't
away.
even see him anymore.
Yeah. He's like, please let me out. Please let me out of this scenario. I just want to get.
Are you gonna buy a car? Yeah.
Signed here. I give it the form to him before I even let him out while I'm still driving. I think that's entrapment. But
Probably.
Yeah. But that's a good idea. It's like a spy versus
that would
spy
work.
sort of thing, like spy v spy. You know?
Spy versus spy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That would
I'll be
work.
wearing all white, and you'll be wearing all black, right? For 2 dates.
You know who else was
client-
all white?
Yeah,
Joker
yeah, he was.
in Joker 2.
He was white, right? He's a white guy, and he also wears white paint. Also, so he became a little bit whiter. He does white face on top of his.
That's what I was
normal
saying. He's
face.
all white
Yeah,
in Joker 2. Especially in the dream sequence where he's getting married and he's wearing a white suit as well.
Ooh, he is wearing a white suit. But yeah, we've watched the Joker. On
You
the
know what
weekend.
else has a Joker? A pack of cards. This week I watched the card counter.
Yeah, I watched that
With
movie on
Oscar
the plane.
Isaac.
It was still good on the
It
plane.
was a good-ass movie, man.
Yeah,
Sad. Good movie.
it's a very sad movie.
I didn't realize that's where that picture of Willem Dafoe with the mustache
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like all close
Yeah.
to the camera comes from, you know?
Yeah, because whenever they walk through the facility where they torture people, they shoot it like that. But yeah, that was a good movie. And did they have a
They
torture
shoot it like a
off?
late 90s, early aughts music video.
Yeah, true. They have
Yeah, a lot of torture.
Yeah.
Very sad movie. You had the guy, the kid, you know, goes and kills himself. But at the end, he opened himself up to love, because only through love can somebody truly be reborn.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, she visits him. She's still with him. They touch their fingers meet on the glass at the visitor's place, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I don't remember. I've watched that movie a long time ago.
It's a good movie. It's
It is
I think people kind of put those as a trilogy. The Schrader trilogy. You got Card Counter, First Reformed, and Master Gardener.
Mm-hmm.
They all have very similar main characters, you know, and similar themes of like at least Master Gardener and Card Counter both have like big themes of like redemption and stuff, you know, and finding that through love and
Red Dead Redemption.
learning to be a human again.
Playing Red Dead Redemption on PC now that it's out. That's
And
how
all
you.
three of them are about terrible people, you know, a person who was torturing people in Abu Ghraib, horrendous things, neo-Nazi hitman, and religious leader.
Mm-hmm.
But is that anything? I don't
Yeah, I guess. You know,
know. You know.
you boomed
You know how it
someone.
is. Somebody went, oh.
You could
Nah,
have
I
said.
don't think anybody did.
Yeah, you could have said Penguin, and someone would have went, oh, they were watching it, you know.
Why Penguin?
I don't know, because it's anybody. If whatever you would have said that, you would have boomed somebody, you know.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
why would I have said Penguin?
Because I'm just saying, in a theoretical scenario, you know, to boom whoever, you know. If you wanted to boom people that like penguins, you know, you would have said penguin,
right.
you know, or you could have said dogs.
You've really confused me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm stumped.
Well, you know,
Max, what did you watch this week?
I watched The Joker.
Yeah, you watched The Joker?
Yeah, I watched The Joker, and I watched A Cemetery Man.
Tell me about Cemetery Man.
It's a movie about a guy.
Because I also saw Cemetery Man.
Yeah,
it was kind of awesome.
What's a coincidence? Well, that's a bit of a coincidence.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But it's a pretty good movie, Italian movie, right? I guess.
Kind of awesome.
About love and death, I guess, right?
Della Morte della Mora.
Yeah. And it's a pretty
Cemetery Man.
interesting kind of I don't know, like interesting
It
little
was
comedy.
awesome. It was a little Raimi-esque, you know.
Yeah, true.
It felt like it had some heavy Evil Dead inspirations in it.
The main character looking like
the main character also looks a lot like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
They made him look a lot like Bruce Campbell in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Except what if Ash was impotent, I guess?
He wasn't? I don't know.
No, what if he was impotent?
Yeah, true.
That's Cemetery Man, because the main character is impotent, remember?
Yes, he wasn't. It turned out.
They rumored he was impotent.
He was, there you go. You know. And he was an engineer. I guess, no, wait.
They kept calling him an engineer, and he kept saying, I'm not an engineer.
Yeah. But Ash from Evil Dead was also an engineer.
He was an engineer. Maybe that's why they kept calling him an engineer.
Maybe it was a.
It was like interesting. It felt like a movie that required more watches.
Yeah. Like I feel like there
was a lot going on.
This movie feels like Harvester, the game, the point and click game. It has the same sort of similar thing to do with like the main character being kind of stuck in a town, and this town is kind of pretty weird, you know, like everybody refers to him like the engineer. You have, oh, you're a kid as Steve, you know, that's the thing that they used that they would say to the guy in Harvester, you know, like this guy also gets himself in the end, especially near the end, you know, all this like weird stuff that's happening, you know, like turns out there's something more to his situation than just what you see, you know. And it's visually really interesting too, like you said, Raimi-esque, just like the weird camera work and humor is really, it was just lots very over the top gore weird, and kind of
weird sexuality with it all, you know?
Just really good jokes, but at the same time it's a bit like, you know, like you finish the movie and you're like, this is a cool story, you know, like about, you know, life and love and death, you know, and how, you know,
love and death,
and how you know, death is like a little bit more like when you die, right? With love is like whenever you lose love, right? You die a little,
you
know.
Again, but you love again.
Yeah, but you love again, and I guess that's kind of the implication with them getting up.
Loving that same woman. Over.
That was like a different version of herself.
Yeah, she kept returning as somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a
awesome movie, man.
A very kind of random pick that we were just.
Well, we were looking through. Gabs pointed it out. We watched the trailer, and I was like, "Damn, that looks kind of awesome."
Mm-hmm.
It was apparently Martin Scorsese's favorite film of that year. He even said in the trailer. Even Scorsese was like, "Yes, thumbs up."
Thumbs up from me, big boobs. You know,
thumbs up for Cemetery Man.
Gigantic areolas. Let's go.
Yeah, there was a lady with very large nipples in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Well,
big breasts, but also like very large nipples.
yeah.
Not that that's crucial, I guess, but you know. Anyway, yeah. So this week we both watched Tulsa King,
Yeah, true.
season 2,
Yeah.
episode 5.
Well, what happened
was
in this
awesome.
episode?
We finally get some action, man.
Yeah, that's why I literally
Finally
wrote that
get
down.
some fucking action.
Mhm.
Yes, a big brawl, you know,
Yeah.
like the first season when they fight the bikers with the bats. Now
Yeah.
they're fighting not even Chinese gangsters. These guys
just
are
like
like the
slave
workers.
workers, yeah.
They're just like immigrant workers from
Yeah.
China. They beat up, but it's because Thresher sent them over to bust up their wind farm, you know.
Yeah.
And bust up their wind farm. They did.
Yeah,
That shit turned off. They had that shot where all the all the turbines go.
I was laughing because it's like it's like that he targeted his energy econ, like
Yeah,
he was like Dwight, you need to construct more energy pylons, just to be able to produce.
He's not
more.
going to be able to produce more units now.
Yeah, if he doesn't fix the wind turbines, which is smart of Thresher, but what he doesn't realize is that Dwight is going to get out of this somehow.
Yeah.
It's too good.
He'll
for this.
work it out. He'll work it out.
But we get them showing the school. We get to see the school at the beginning of this
Great
episode.
intro. Dwight is given a tour of a modern school, private school,
It's private school, yeah.
where everything is woke and soy.
It's all
They play basketball. They don't keep score. And
They
they just
encourage
just pass the
passing,
ball. They
yeah.
just encourage passing.
Yeah.
They do plays. Everybody gets to play Annie. In the play.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I want to see that just because I'm like, who plays everybody else?
Yeah, exactly.
They have
Do
a
they
different
switch?
Annie every scene.
Is it like a queue and it like shifts, a slot, so Annie then becomes the second character?
Yeah, the
or something
costume
like-
changes must be insane. In
Well,
this
it's a
play.
rich school. It looks like a rich school. So maybe
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
a big
not
production.
just having a lot of costumes, but like they got to get changed quickly. You're telling
Yeah.
me every scene you swap Annie with a different kid?
Yeah, maybe there's a lot of dead air in the play because they
Yeah, there's a
time
lot
to
of breaks
switch.
between. There's many intermissions. There's like 7 intermissions in this play.
Yeah, because the thing of what you also don't think about is that this is probably a school that has like 50 kids in it, or something like that. Because like a private small school or whatever, where it's like, what did she say? Like 1 out of 10 children get in.
No,
or
they
something like
said the 10% of
Yeah,
applicants
they
get in.
there you go, so it's-
but that's because everybody wants to get in.
that. True.
Not so much that there aren't many spaces, but there aren't enough spaces for the amount of people who want to get in.
Yeah, but they have the ruler system. That's what
Yeah,
they
he's
said.
like, okay, I understand. You hit the children with
The
rulers. That's what you mean.
Yes.
You give them a hit on the wrist.
Yeah, and the principal,
right
because
out.
he's, by the way, during this is like with a principal of the school, like that's
Yeah, the
who's-
principal's giving them the tour.
Yeah, so he's just like, it is pretty funny because like they're not really reacting to what he's like Dwight is saying. It's like he's rambling to himself.
Yeah,
during
they
this
just
entire
everybody
scene.
in the whole scene just seems like they want to humor him.
Yeah, true, right?
Like they were just like, yeah, we haven't got anything written. We haven't got any like real jokes for you written, Sylvester Stallone. So we're just gonna throw concepts at you, and then you use like your kind of
Innate,
streetwise humor
Yeah.
to crack jokes about all of them.
Yeah, true.
You know?
And speaking of street smarts, he was like,
He pitches, yeah.
we should introduce a class about street smarts, how to go about getting this into this guy's face, And I agree, we should have a street smarts.
There should be street
class.
smarts class.
And,
People like Sylvester Stallone
Yeah,
should be teaching kids street smarts.
yeah, and
It's vital.
they get
Especially when eventually all of them will be on the street, They're gonna need them.
True. Everybody. That's what people don't say. You know, maths. They're like, he even says like maths. Nobody uses that. English. Nobody
Yeah.
uses that. When you get out of school, everybody lands on the streets. You know?
Everybody is on the streets at some point in that. You're never not on the streets at some point in your life.
Exactly. You know,
You're gonna be out there and you're gonna need to defend yourself. If
So-
some guy's trying to come up and hustle you, what are you gonna do?
But you're gonna hustle them back. You know.
Exactly.
And you pull out your grade sheet that says A star in, you know, in street smarts, and he goes like, "All right, okay, I'm not gonna hassle you."
Yeah. What if Dwight pitched that lesson and then they found a guy with better street smarts than Dwight? Would he be like,
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, true. But he never fulfilled his potential to be a gangster. He just knows
He's
a
in
lot.
prison for like 25 years.
True, I guess. I was just thinking he was just like a normal guy. He's just like a office worker somewhere, but he's really good at street smarts, like a prodigy.
Yeah, he knows
right?
how to take care of himself.
Yeah, you know,
Prodigy.
prodigy. Like the fire starter, you know. But yeah, it's
fire starter.
yeah. But you know, we get that. We get the weed shop. They got the. Did you see the game? The game that they were playing in the weed shop. They were
Yeah, it
playing
was
like a
weedopoly or something.
Yeah.
Bluntopoly.
Yeah, he was
Stupid
like, pull
bullshit.
the card, and he's like, take a hit.
Take
Like,
a hit.
it's-
Don't mind if I do.
all of the cards just say take a hit on them. There's nothing to like. It's when you play those sort of games, you want to do the thing that's on the cards. You know, why is that the case? You should be rewarded for doing well in the game.
Yeah.
You know, why those that I think that's the mistakes that a lot of those sort of like drinking games or whatever.
Well, no,
know?
it's a chance. So sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes
True.
it's a bad thing. You know, a chance card.
It says sober up on the card, and you have
Yeah.
to wait until you have to wait, 6 hours.
You have
for
to
it
pause
to
the
win
game for
Yeah.
a few hours. Yeah.
Fuck, I
And then the
hate
very
this
first
fucking game.
card you pull after that, take a hit, and you're like, motherfucker.
Oh, God damn
This
it.
game takes like 48 hours to play. So you have to keep sobering up randomly.
Exactly, you know. But the girl that works at the shop, she's like, I want to work at the farm because
I'm actually a bit of a farm girl.
yeah.
I know first season I was getting triggered because I
Yeah.
was woke, but now actually I'm kind of cool and I'm
Yeah.
always strapped. I've always got a gun with me.
Yep. And what else?
She shows around Dwight's sister because she's getting into the weed business.
Yeah, and she talks about a revolutionary idea of having munchies in the store.
Yeah.
You know, that sells
I-
weed.
There's something I gotta ask, because I don't partake in any of this culture.
Yeah.
What is the deal with edible gummies? Because there's that bit when Bodhi turns up to the wind farm later, and also in the thing where they're just like, here, have another edible gummy. It's like,
Yeah.
do they just have really, really small amounts of weed, so you have to take a lot, or is it like, why would you take more? Surely the point was you take one and then you're good for like a couple hours.
It depends how strong they are and stuff like that, and it just depends on your tolerance and stuff. And I bet these people have fucking really high tolerances at this point, and maybe they take like little milligram ones, they take like.
I guess my question is it prevalent in American culture now to just assume that everybody has like a little bit of THC in their system? Because that's
high?
the impression I'm getting from this show, is that every other scene a character is talking about taking gummies or offers gummies to other people.
Yeah,
Or they've got like a little THC lollipop, or they smoke a blunt or something, and it's like, is it just American culture now that everybody's just always got a little bit of THC in their system?
I think it's just warped through this is the vision of America warped
That's
warped
true,
through the
I
filter
know,
of
yeah.
Tulsa King. It's all
But I mean,
yellows,
and it's not just this show. Like, I see people talk, like, it happens a lot where people talk about how they, that post where he's like, Why do you have to take a hit from a THC vape with just going to the store? Is there something wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, it's huge now over there because they legalized it in a lot of
Yeah,
places.
true. Yeah,
right?
like, and the thing is that
And now it's just like people just do it. People just like walk along, fucking hit their THC vape pen like every 20 minutes.
yeah, like that's
Is that American culture now? Is that
the
correct?
thing is that people used to drink, man. Like people used to fucking booze up
Still
every
do.
morning. It's no different, honestly.
It's sad, isn't it?
It is
man?
very sad, yeah, because it is at least with like I don't know alcohol. I don't know. Honestly, they're both really bad for you in general. Like if you're in constant use, right, in constant taking of that stuff.
Fries those parts of your brain that receive it or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's just like like people stop
I'm not a
dreaming and
doctor.
stuff like that. It's just like a pretty unfortunate side effect in a way when you smoke too much. But yeah, it's just it's like the weird thing is like I don't get because apparently workplaces will still test you for THC.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's
Exactly.
like, I don't get this. It's so weird that, like, so do people just kind of wave? They go like, whatever. I can't bother hiring anyone else.
I think they did that happened remember in the first season of Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
The one that follows
yeah.
the lady, and
She
she's
tried
like,
to find P. Yeah.
yeah, she's trying, and then at the end, she's like, if her boss, she goes and admits to her boss, like, look, I smoked some weed yesterday, so I'm not going to have my drug test isn't going to be clean. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then the principal is like, if you just didn't hand it in, we wouldn't have said anything. Like, we don't care. And she's like, oh, awesome. So I'm good to go. And she's like, no, you're fired because you told me. Sorry.
Yeah. Nice.
It's an interesting culture they have over there, man.
It's yeah, and like in general, like edibles and stuff, they have like it's each person reacts differently to weed in general. I get paranoid if I do too much.
I'm just so like, because the way they're portraying it is like, oh, if you work in a weed store, you're high 24/7, like those two guys.
Maybe you
are,
like, honestly, Like
I'm not saying like that seems crazy. I'm not saying that seems incorrect or yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to learn about the ways of America.
We should invite someone over from.
We need an American on the podcast to tell us about American culture.
Yeah.
How high are you? How much THC do you take on it
right now? And you can hear them like.
When was the last time you hit a Benjamin?
Yeah, you can hear him doing it. Like you hear the, like the little bubble.
They have the voice of like trying to hold their breath.
Yeah.
No, I haven't taken anything tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like it is very interesting about like the thing with like alcohol, at least like there's that stigma of drinking in public and stuff, and it was always kind of there of like you go to a place to get drunk, Yeah. But here, like you can booze, like you can constantly reapply and apply, the vape pen and dose yourself with
you just keep going,
with a substance,
You're not gonna get like fat or anything.
Yeah, true.
Or have some kind of horrible, like you're not gonna get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, true. You're just gonna be
keep puffing
something's
on that
gonna happen.
Sweet Mary Jane, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. The studies are still kind of probably more prolific use of weed, open use of weed. Will probably some medical studies are gonna happen, and Tulsa King is gonna comment on it in season 20 of Tulsa King. Oh, my brain is actually broken for smoking.
I can't imagine. Could you imagine if Sylvester Stallone 20 years from now still making a TV show called Tulsa King?
He's younger.
That sounds sad.
They got baby genius adrenochrome and they injected him, and now he's older. He's younger than in season 1 and 2.
They gave him the substance.
Yeah. It's his clone.
It's the substance, and now they alternate scenes. Sometimes it'll be young Dwight, sometimes it'll be I guess like 95-year-old Sylvester Stallone,
Falling apart.
just like completely hollow and decrepit.
Because he refuses to go to sleep because he wants to stay up watching TV while the clone is still out there.
Oh, they got him that lazy boy this episode.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
like, I don't think that kids should be going to school for sissies, for pussies.
Yeah, because he's after the school they're talking about it, and they're like,
He's like, oh, how do you play basketball without keeping score?
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
Human nature doesn't, because they're like, oh, everything changed, and he's like, human nature doesn't change. It's like,
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, I agree,
not
but
with that attitude.
yeah. You mean you need to work on it to change?
But then
human
they're
nature.
like, well, by the way, we got you your lazy boy. And he's like, you know what? Fuck them kids. I'm fine.
yeah, true. A panacea. Ultimate panacea is a lazy boy.
The lazy boy chat.
Lazy boy acquired pops up in the.
It is interesting.
inventory.
It's interesting. I think an aspect of Dwight's character that is accurate is how obsessed with symbols of being a regular guy.
True.
He needs, you know.
That is very much
because they
true.
even talked about it in the episode where he was complaining about not having a lazy boy, where they're like, you don't even watch football or anything.
Yeah,
like you
true.
never sit and just watch TV. Why do you need a lazy boy specifically? There's all this stuff where it's like the appearance of being like just a regular average guy is more important than actually embodying that to him.
True. He's got like whenever you see him drink anything, he's like putting the glass up to his mouth, but no liquid is actually getting like he's not drinking anything. It's like ultimate performative like masculinity, I guess, right? Because he is.
It's sad.
That is very. That would be the twist of the century if that would come out. You know, if they actually like acknowledge that at some point. I guess they did a little bit with this case, like you said. But it's like if it continued to be a theme in the show, but we never know. They surprise us sometimes. The writers of Tulsa King. But yeah,
I think the only other thing that's worth mentioning of this episode is I guess Tyson's getting a bit of a reality check now.
Yeah.
That's kind of his direction. Also, he's stupid.
He is pretty dumb. Honestly,
He didn't know who Gandhi was this episode, it sounded like.
Yeah.
Which is like, what do you... Huh?
He didn't know that, like, it was pretty, like, the guy that works at the ranch, because he's like, oh, money time, give me the envelope. And he's like, you're doing fine now, but if you fuck up, Dwight is you're gonna go on a shit list,
Yeah.
Like you just you haven't been around long enough to have fucked up,
He's getting very big. He seems to have this idea of like, Dwight's my mentor,
Yeah, true. And also
but in reality, he's an employee.
Yeah, and he's also trying to do the same, like you said, he's trying to do the same thing of like performing, right? And a role,
Trying to look hard,
assuming, and look hard, Like there's a conversation they have while eating ice cream, and he's talking about like, well, I murdered that guy. And he's like, no, you haven't. You were just fucking around,
You literally just poked your head out of a door with oh shit.
And I was like, you pretty casually discussing this murder in public, but whatever,
Yeah.
But it is,
and then Dwight gets up and he's like, how's everybody doing? I recommend the strawberry cream. And it's like, it's just such a perfect. He's just so. I don't know. I just love Dwight.
You love Dwight.
He's awesome. You remember at the beginning of the episode, he just starts talking about how he bought some hair dye while they're walking around the school.
Yeah, and he's like, do I look good?
He's like, well, do I look good? You gotta spray, you gotta brush it into your head. It makes it look a bit darker. How do I look? And it's like, why is he talking about this?
He's just talking to his daughter.
He's not distracted in the middle of a tour of a school. It's like they just let Sylvester Stallone just kind of like ramble sometimes because they're like, it's in character for Dwight.
True, because he is maybe playing just kind of himself, so they just like kind of let him, they put a camera on him and just let him ramble a little bit, about this, you know. And the thing is, like, you know, like even during the scene where he's like talking about the lazy boy, before that, when he was talking about the human nature and not changing, you know, he's like, look at the news, you know. And it's like, okay, so there is like that aspect of like, you know, he you know, seeing the world getting shittier, you know, on the TV, you know, sort of thing. And I think that comes out through Sylvester Stallone probably watching TV, you know, as a person, not an actor, you know, and having to put that commentary in the show that he's making, you know. But yeah.
But despite how old he is, it was pretty awesome when he got out of the van and started beating people up.
Yeah, they finally got a fight
Bigfoot
scene.
got to do some stuff. Like we said in the first episode, we're waiting. Bigfoot's going to get to be the heavy soon, and he was. He killed like 5 guys.
Yeah, he was straight up doing like wrestling moves, like fake wrestling
just
moves,
throwing them around and stuff because of how huge he is.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
There is a point where you're so big you don't really need technique of any sort. Although he did have technique, and you can just grab.
He did have some. He did like a big fucking kick on a guy, you know.
Yeah,
like right to the torso. That was awesome.
Yeah, true.
Bodhi got punched. I'm now of the impression that Bodhi is. I think he just wasn't. I guess they just didn't have much for him to do in the first like 3 episodes.
Yeah, because Bodhi gets his nose broken.
But now it's like, oh, I guess he's not on Thresh's side. I guess he's like secretly. I guess he's just like,
yeah.
He didn't have a lot to do early on. Now he's like, all right, I'm doing the wind farm. Oh, I'm getting punched. Fuck. I'm a nerd. I'm a weak nerd.
I'm a weak nerd. Yeah, I'm the brains of the operation. You know, not muscle. Yeah. They got enough muscle. You know, they have. There was a pretty not funny moment because it was very kind of out of place, and a lot of these sort of situations are quite just like inset thought here. You know, sort of thing. You have the thing where Bodhi goes to the wind farm, and they talk about the tech, like the technician person that they have there that climbs the wind farm, and he's like, they say like, Bodhi says indigenous people aren't afraid of heights, and then the guy turns around, looks at him, and goes, indigenous, that was a rumor, and it was because you know, the indigenous people worked the jobs nobody else wanted, and you know, he wasn't.
Nobody else wanted to go up high, but they weren't afraid. They were afraid of heights, but they were more afraid of starving.
Yeah. And I was like,
they took the jobs nobody else wanted to do.
And then
I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I understand, but it's like it's just like an insertion of a thing because it just kind of.
I don't know. It felt pretty natural to me, where it's like. He made a little comment, and then he's like, let me educate you. Actually, you know, it's interesting you say that, because did you know? It felt like a very natural, like, actually, did you know?
I feel like
but what didn't feel
saying
natural to me.
It didn't feel natural, you know?
What didn't feel natural to me was a few seconds later when he was like, look at my edible gummies.
Yeah,
and then the other guy is like, me too. Edibles.
Climbing a wind turbine. You know,
that was
nerves,
the bit where I was like, why are they talking about edibles all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Does he just eat that whole pack of edibles? Is that like his day? Is like, I get through a pack of edible gummies a day?
I don't know, man.
They make Bodhi seem like insanely addicted to weed.
The thing about it is that, like, in general, addiction, the way it gets portrayed, not addiction, but just use of substances in any media is just so, like, weird, because they're like, because the time, you know, you know, it's like, you just see this person doing this, you know, substance constantly, but there is like days between it could be, you know, because the narrative is jumping around in time, but it just makes it seem like this person is just constantly doing the substance, you know. But
he has, what I mean is he has a full bag of gummies just on him.
Goes for the bag for a month, you know, less than a month.
Would you keep, if that whole bag lasts you a month, would you keep it on you at all times?
It's like cigarettes, a pack of cigarettes, you know.
a pack of cigarettes does not last somebody a month.
No, it doesn't. But if you want it, then you have to.
Yeah,
have
but
it
even
on
then,
you,
so
you know?
let's say I smoke one cigarette a day.
Yeah.
Okay? Like Kim Kitsuragi, you know?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That shit has a time and a place. I'm not just like randomly, because as soon as you're like, I'll have one at some point randomly through the day, you're having more than one a day.
Because we know, because they wouldn't. We know they're not taking constantly because they're driving cars. They wouldn't take gummies and drive cars, right?
I'm not even talking about all of the people in the scene. I just mean Bodhi specifically.
I don't know. The thing about it is that you're trying to look at a fictional character's habits of taking a substance, and I don't know if there's.
It's funny. I don't know.
Ask a
What
person,
I'm
ask a
saying-
pothead, and
No,
they'll
'cause I
tell
don't
you.
actually care that much. What I'm saying is, if it's a routine thing,
Yes.
if you have specifically like, I have one of these gummies a day, you don't keep that shit on you all the time. If you have like one of a thing a day, that's like a routine. You have a set thing. You wouldn't carry it with you, surely. At least that's how I see it.
Okay, I guess.
That's how I would understand it. You know?
Okay. Yeah,
You
I
don't have
know.
to keep saying okay, man. I'm not
No.
trying to like argue with you.
I
I'm
don't
just
know what to
making a
tell
point.
you.
It's just how I.
I don't know how to comment on that statement, man. But yeah, so we get they beat up, they break Dwight's energy pylons, and then but
They will
what
turn up
previously.
and they beat them up again, and then they're like, "Who sent you, Chinese guys?" And they say Thresher, and then they're like, that damn Thresher."
Yeah,
And then he goes on a date with the lady, and then you know.
And it's funny the scene because they're sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, you're late," and he's like, "Oh, I had to go to a doctor, you know, whatever." He's like making an excuse, and he sit down, and the server like comes in, and he's got, "Oh, Mr. Thresher like bought like this wine, like this champagne
of Mr. Thresher.
Yeah.
Some wine, some
And-
lovely wine,
and then
but it's not the most expensive one.
yeah, and
It's
then
just nice
Dwight says, "Keep his tab open," and I was like, I don't think you could do that. I don't think you can. Someone sends you like an complimentary drink. You can't just go, "Oh yeah, I'll add something else to this order," which is like he's like goes, "Oh, send a bottle to this young couple over there." I'm like, I don't think that's how it works.
No, you don't
know?
understand. You're not looking at it the right way. Okay, imagine
I
you're
get
a
it.
waiter and you're talking to Dwight, the General Manfredi,
Yes.
and you're like, "Here's some wine." And he's like, did he send us the best wine in the house?" And you're like, "It's pretty good wine." And then he's like, again, you can see clearly they don't like this guy. You start to understand. You're putting the pieces together in your head. This Thresher guy, maybe he's an asshole, because this is kind of a dick move, you know.
You watch Tulsa,
and then he turns to you, Dwight. He looks you in his eyes. Okay, he looks you in your eyes.
Yeah, steely gaze.
His Sylvester Stallone the gaze, left eye drooping ever so slightly.
Yeah,
It's just an observation. It is a literal thing. It's
okay,
objective.
yeah, it's
And
objective.
he says, "Oh, you keep his tab open. What's the finest wine you got?" Huh? Are you gonna say, "Sir, that's not how it works"? Or are you gonna say, "Yes, sir," right away, sir?
Because
he's gonna give a good tip.
Because I've been watching Tulsa King the entire time, and I see the Tulsa King walk into the restaurant I work at.
You've
you
probably
know?
seen him on the news. Like, he just escaped. He just narrowly escaped the whole court system stacked against him. He represented himself, no less.
By saying it was a gift, not a...
By saying it was
Not
the
a
bribe, it
bribe.
was a gift. Because it couldn't be a bribe because I gave it to her after she already gave me the information I
True.
wanted.
And what I'm thinking of was like I was thinking of like at the end of the night he's like, "Oh, put Magnum condoms on the tab too, so Fresh sees it."
Put a gallon of lubricant on there.
Yeah.
And you know what? A gallon of lubricant for that couple.
A couple of them. And
Compliments of Thresher.
you look at Fresher looks at the receipt. He crumbles it up, and it's like a shot of him like white knuckling it. It's like no.
Damn.
damn it.
That's the end of the episode.
But
Good episode.
Another
Thumbs up.
thing, there is an interesting scene where the New York guys, they organize a sit down, and
They're trying to.
They're
Organize.
trying,
actually,
but they
organize
talk
a
with
sit-down.
Thresher, and Thresher says about Dwight how like men need like a single opponent to fight to join together, you know, so there's peace. And I was like, oh, Dwight is like Dr. Manhattan. You know, he's like
Yeah.
he's like he's
True,
like
true,
a
he
kaiju.
is.
He's the Godzilla, you know. It brings
Yeah.
this
He's
threat.
uniting. All of his enemies are uniting around him
True.
because he's just so threatening.
He's just so
The
threatening.
general. They need that kind of unity in order to take out the general. But that's the thing, is that the Oklahoma guy or whatever,
Yeah,
Oklahoma City or whatever,
Kansas City.
Kansas City, he's like, he's the individuality and stuff. Whereas it turns out Thresher is a little bit of a, so he's like, I can't even really remember. I'll move on. He had a whole little like quote about,
It was a very long quote.
individuals lose and work together for socialism. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
a very
and they're
long
like, you gotta, hey, bro, you gotta stop listening to damn Confucius. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a little bit of tension between Thresher and his Chinese guys, but that's about it.
The triads, yeah.
Triads. Tulsa King.
Wow.
What a show.
What a show.
I love it. I love Tulsa King. Can't wait for more.
Something gets resolved. No, nothing got resolved this episode.
No, but it's escalating.
It's escalating.
We're building action because now they're starting to throw fists around with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All that's going down. Tyson is starting to question his real position and everything,
Mm-hmm.
But amongst it all, Dwight is still funny. He's quippy.
He gets a lot of, like we said, he just talks, rambles.
He's always talking. There's not a scene when Dwight isn't commenting
Yeah, it's
on
commenting
society, on people, on culture,
Yeah, true.
what have you. He's commenting on it.
Yeah,
He's one of our greatest thinkers, Sylvester Stallone. I think he's one of our wisest men currently.
Yeah,
He would be a village elder right now if we were still tribal.
if we were still tribal, he would be
Yeah.
a Caesar if we were a great Roman Empire.
My stomach just made a bit. I hope that didn't come up on the mic, but my stomach
Well,
just made like a brrr.
I'll amplify it. I'll select it.
Please don't.
know,
I would actually
amplify.
rather you didn't do that. though.
Amplify it.
I would really
they can
actually
hear it.
prefer if you didn't.
Yeah.
But you know what else causes a noise like that in my stomach? Joker 2. Folie adieu. Spoiler warning and content
For
warning, I
Joker,
guess. We're going to
yeah.
talk about sexual assault, I suppose.
Yeah.
So content warning. What can you say about this movie except for why'd they rape the Joker?
Yeah. It's
Why'd they do that?
it's weird, heavy-handed, weird, like, I don't know, allusion to the system having not only failed Joker but also exploited him in a way. I don't know, completely and utterly.
It's interesting. So the main takeaway of that scene for me is not so much like narratively why'd they do it, because I understand why they did it. It's more like, why did they do that if they're not gonna like pay anything off like that?
Yeah.
It just kind of happens, and then he's back where it happened immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
There's no change in this movie. He starts out as sad Arthur Fleck with the Joker in the back of his mind. And then he ends the movie as sad and now dead Arthur Fleck with the Joker in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did I watch this? At least with the first one, I guess there's that. I don't like the movie, personally, but at least there's that growth where it's like he starts out as Arthur Fleck, and then at the end, he's the Joker. He's crazy,
Do you think this was like you said, you mentioned it after we walked out. Is this like this movie is more of a reaction to the way people put like read Joker in the first one? Maybe it was,
but he's still treated with a big level of reverence. You know?
It is. Like
Where
I said,
like,
it was very strange how they were treating him. Like the scenes in the court where he's representing himself and people like giggling and stuff on this comic. I'm like, this is not charismatic or cool at all what he's saying. And people are like, yeah, woo, you know, it's like, and people are like rioting and stuff and standing behind him outside the fucking court, like willing to break in, you know, to save him. And I'm like, why?
It's not because of Joe. It's because of what he represents.
Yeah, that's true. That's
burning
true,
it all down, you know.
But there is a limit to that, you know what I mean? Like symbols don't stand on their own in a way, you know, especially if they're attached to a person that you look at and you go, this guy is so fucking pathetic, you know. Because the thing about it is that with the first season, Jesus Christ, first movie, these people only experienced the Joker through that show, him killing the presenter, right? So you can kind of make an audience, because people then attach ideas onto that. They don't have a lot to work with. They attach all this other stuff onto this one thing.
But you forget the TV movie.
True, but we never see it, so we don't know how it portrays him in that, right? You know what I mean? Like we never see it.
Harley Quinn into him.
True, and so maybe there you go.
Maybe other people are like, he's awesome because I saw the TV movie.
But at the same time, that's what I'm saying. The people that made the movie editorialized it into an image that could actually carry a rebellion or a disturbance, like a rise in. But he himself, as Arthur Fleck, his character is so weak, you know, not like weak in terms of narrative, but like as a person that I don't think he would be able to do that, you know. But you know, it's a. But at the same time, I didn't really like this movie. The musical bits I didn't enjoy at all, honestly. I feel like they were a bit too disjointed from the movie itself. They felt very kind of like, and now do our musical bit, you know? And I do kind of miss the fact that there was like an original. I don't think there was a single original song in this, right?
I think Lady Gaga has an original song.
Probably. Like, I think the one that she's on the stage playing the two pianos at the same while he's stepping over.
I think it's the one where they're escaping.
Oh,
when they're running after the fire. I think that might be an original song.
Maybe. Because she sings, I'm a fire star, you know?
Twisted Firestar.
No, she doesn't.
I didn't like Joker 1, and I thought this movie also stunk, but basically to the exact same, like, equal degree, so I don't understand why people don't like this movie, if they like Joker 1 so much.
I don't even remember what Joker 1 was like.
I remember all of you motherfuckers telling me, actually, that was pretty good, and I was like, that was stupid, and you're like, Ben, you're stupid, and look at us now, look who's vindicated.
That wasn't recorded, that couldn't have happened, so we could have.
I win, I come out on top. All the time, mentally.
Ben's got a Joker inside his back of his mind that's just talking right now, making stuff up.
That's why I didn't like the first Joker and this one, because I'm like, I know Joker, he's in my head, and this ain't him.
This ain't me.
I'm the guy stabbing Joker at the end of this one.
Is there an
I'm the real
scene? We haven't even checked.
We didn't stick around. There probably isn't, but I didn't care to stick around and find out. People don't do it anymore. An after credit scene is gauche now, Max.
No Joker after credit scene. Okay.
After credit scenes are gauche now. They did too many of them, and now they're going like, yeah, actually, you know what? Those are stupid. We're gonna stop doing them. Sure. Joker 2 is the kind of movie in like 3 or 4 years people are going to start retroactively liking it, I think.
Maybe.
They're going to go like, actually, you know what? I went back and this is an incredible deconstruction of the first film. And it's like, yeah, the first film was also bad.
Like Freddy Got Fingered.
So was this one. A little bit, maybe. I don't think...
We get Megalopolis.
Because I think people...
Freddy Got Fingered. You got Joker.
No, because Freddy Got Fingered was like people didn't get it at the time, you know?
True.
It was like, it was ahead of its time because it didn't fit in with every other like
weird comedy.
weird comedy at the time, kind of a gross out comedy at the time, where it was so excessive but without any clear punchline to any of it that people were like, "What the fuck is this? This is awful." He's jacking off a horse in this film, but that is almost the joke, and it's performative, you know.
True.
It's like performance art, whereas this one is more like, I think people get it now. I just think it will take time for people to appreciate this movie more. You know, I think everybody gets that it's like, I think Gabs made a really good point, because I'd completely forgotten about it. But it's crazy how the last movie ends with him stabbing a guy in prison and being like, "Look, I'm the Joker. Yes, I'm crazy. I attack people. I kill people." And then this one is like, I didn't even want to kill the people I killed in the first movie. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
That's the thing. I completely forgot. Like, I don't remember.
I forgot that happened in the first one. And it's like, yeah, he's right. It did.
And it's like, I don't know. We could maybe pretend to make it fit that it was like the vision, like when he was in the court in this case, where he was visualizing him murdering people in the court. So it was a vision, but probably at the time it wasn't. Probably they were like, "Oh yeah, he killed them," you know, sort of thing. And then we could fix it by a loophole by saying it was just a vision of him doing it, you know.
But here's your tagline for okay,
for Joker.
Joker 2, more like stinker poo folie a dookie.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Folie a dookie.
Put that on the poster.
You should do that. You should make a fake poster for Joker 2 with that.
If I remember, I'll make that the thumbnail, but I probably won't remember, and I'll do something else. I'll edit Dwight into a scene from Joker 2 or something.
True. In the court, representing himself. Yeah.
Understand. This movie sucks. The first movie sucks. Who cares? We're done with Joker
Cemetery
now.
Man instead?
I don't think we'll be done with Joker forever, because Joker's one of those characters where it's like, it would take a lot to really kill the Joker conceptually, I think.
Mm-hmm.
People just love him too much. Same with like Batman and Spider-Man, where it's like you'd have to do a lot to kill the Joker conceptually. I think Heath Ledger did so much good work in people's mind for the Joker that we're never going to see the end of the Joker nowadays.
He's kind of a universal kind of cool villain, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a crazy clown who doesn't love a crazy clown.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you take a clown, you make him crazy. You know, you take a bat, you make a man out of him, and he's a Batman. You know.
But I think almost because people still love the Joker so much is why this film doesn't work for people, because it's a movie about how cringe he is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But then
people are kind of like, why are they trying to make this guy seem cringe? I thought he was awesome.
The thing about it is that it's the next movie, Joker 3, you know, is going to be like the guy at the end of this.
Yeah, it's going to follow Joker. That guy, and people are going to be like, here's what we wanted, here's the sequel we wanted.
Yeah, and he's going to like a chrysalis. He's going to come out of Arthur's like body, you know, into this like a new form, you know, final
He's
form.
He's going to emerge from Arkham. He's going to find Harley Quinn and be like, I was the real Joker. She's going to fall in love. Then they're going to find Kid Batman from Joker 1. They're going to kill him.
Yeah.
Before there even is a Batman. And now Gotham, New York is theirs. That's Joker 2.
How long do they have to wait for Batman to be a Batman? Like 20 years?
20-ish years.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying they'll kill him before he becomes
Batman. Yeah. No, in general, I'm just thinking on this timeline, you know? Like, how long would they have to wait?
Like 20 years, I guess.
Yeah.
They're gonna go, hey, Harley, did you know that when that last pathetic Joker rose up, the Wayne Industries owner and his wife got killed and they left a son? Let's go finish the job. They don't know he's gonna be Batman, but they're like that evil and crazy.
They're evil and
then Alfred saves him. Alfred becomes Batman.
Oh, that's a good twist.
And then we have Bat Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's a good, yeah. We can workshop that into something.
Wait, let's pitch this to James Gunn.
Yeah. He picks up this like series, Joker series now, and he makes it into like a Guardians of the Galaxy
He owns all
comedy.
of it now, dude.
Does he? Okay.
He's in charge of DC movies.
Maybe he was the one that was like, how about you sexually assault Joker in this one?
No, that's a Todd Phillips original.
Okay.
You know, because it's stupid.
Well, okay.
Hey-oh.
We can ask him. Why did you do that?
Ask Todd Phillips?
Yeah. On
I'd
the
be
street.
curious. It's like, I get it. Like, but it would work better if he then, if it does it, if it drives the narrative in any way. Because currently, the only, how it can be read is like, he gets raped and then he becomes normal. You know?
He did.
Because he goes so hard into the Joker stuff. He's like, I'm the Joker, hooray, yippee, yippee. Then they rape him and he's like, I don't want to be the Joker anymore, actually. I don't like it. And it's like, is that, all right, that's all that came of that whole stuff? That's why you put it in? Huh? Strange stuff. Bad movie. Thanks for listening.
Because he realized he only has like 20 minutes of the movie left, or like less, and he was like, I need to finish this somehow.
There's a whole sequence where the bomb goes off and he wanders away, but then they find him again anyway, and it's like,
yeah, what's the point?
What was the point of any of that? Like, just so he could go and meet Harley Quinn on the steps and be like, Harley Quinn, I love you, and then she goes, la 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 la, and then walks away. Mm-hmm. And he's like, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah. Not even my iconic stairs are gonna save me.
Not even on my stairs, no less.
If I ever become a rich billionaire, I'm gonna install the Joker stairs in my house.
If I become a rich billionaire, I'm gonna buy the land with the Joker stairs and build a building on top of it.
I'm gonna build a parking lot on it. And I'm gonna pave paradise and put up a parking lot on top of the Joker stairs.
I'm gonna invent a way to build a big parking lot on a very steep incline. That's gonna be just to spite people. Anyway, thanks for listening to Dead Ensigns. Yeah. Have a good one, I guess.
Yeah, you can email us, probably.
You can email us deadensigns@gmail.com. You can go to YouTube and leave a comment, and you can listen to the show there, subscribe and like. And if you don't want to do that, there's Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, where you can leave a review, rate, follow, subscribe, all those sorts of things. Mm-hmm. But I've been Ben, this has been Mix. Until next week, farewell.
Bye.
Take it away, Odo.
No, I've been stopped putting that in there. No, I'm joking.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.